Hello, friends, and welcome back to Stories About Entitled People. No good deed goes unpunished, just like in the case of our OP, who wanted to do a good deed, and the police were called on him. So before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. Here we go. Karen calls the cops on me. The cast: EK, entitled Karen; me, EP, entitled Parent. First off, this story happened to me about a week ago. I was upgrading my PC and everything ran perfectly. I changed the motherboard and the CPU, for those who are asking, to a high-end one. After I sorted out the old parts, I thought it'd be nice to give those parts to someone who couldn't afford them. About 560 euros for the old CPU and motherboard. I made an ad on Facebook and set the price to €0. Of course, I got a lot of responses, and most of them are just, "Could you deliver today?" and "Why are you giving away parts?" After about an hour of reading the responses, I found someone that I thought would enjoy the parts. I chatted a bit and drove 20 kilometers, 12.5 miles, to their home and delivered the parts and had the following conversation. Me: "Hi, this is OP. I'm here because of the parts that I didn't need anymore." EP: "Hi, OP. I'll be down in about 10 minutes with EK. Me: in my head, what the actual F? I waited a bit and rang the bell again. Me: "Hi, EP. Are you ready to pick up the parts on your front door?" EP screaming, "Yes, I'll be down in a minute." Me in my head, I guess this wasn't a good choice, but whatever. 2 minutes later, EP and then EK show up at their front door. EK: "Hello, OP. Sorry that you had to wait that long, but I was playing a video game and I wasn't finished yet." Me: "No worries, here are your parts." EP: "Thanks, OP, but why'd you even give us these parts in the first place? Are they stolen?" Me: "Of course not. I was upgrading my PC and these are the old parts." EP: "Oh, I see, but why did you give us the old parts?" Me: "Because the new parts are worth €1,000 retail and I don't have the money to give away such high-priced items." EP: "Oh, but EK would enjoy the other parts much more." Me: "Oh, of course, EP, I'll get them for you." In a sarcastic voice, "Just hand me over my old parts and I'll be back soon." EP: "Yeah, that's the attitude I was hoping for. Like, WTF, lady." The EP hands over my parts and I leave, and had decided that I would never ever sell parts for free again. Bonus: EP tried to sue me and called the police on me because I stole my parts back from them, and the conversation was kind of funny. Doorbell rings. Police 1: "This is the local PD. Is OP home?" Me: "Yes, of course. I'll be up, basement, in a minute." Police 1: "Hello, I'm Police Officer 1. Are you OP?" Me: "Yes." Police 1: "We got a complaint that you stole from EP. Is that true?" Me: "Nope." Repeated the story as written before. Police 1: "Oh, I see. Do you have any receipts for these parts?" Me: "Of course I do." Me searching for the receipts and showing them to the police. Police 1: "Oh, thank you very much. Would you like us to write a complaint on your behalf?" Me: "That would be perfect." Then there was some paperwork to fill out, and the EP got a ticket for abusing the local police. And our second story. I'm so far out of uniform, it hurts. I used to work at a big box home improvement store. I also worked construction on the side, which I still continue to do to this day. This happened about a year ago, on a very rare no work at all day for me. Now, I've always had a good relationship with my regulars at the store and have had no problem helping them after my shift had ended or before I was on the clock. Usually I go outside and have a smoke with them and talk to them for a bit too. Now, like I said, I was on a very rare no work at all day and decided to run to the competition simply because it was around the corner from my house and there was a sale on lumber going on. I needed only a couple of things, so I grabbed my dad and we went to the store. At this point, I'm in a tank top, shorts and flip-flops, backwards baseball hat, and sunnies on, as far out of the typical jeans, t-shirt, and steel-toed boots that was the uniform. We arrived at the store, my dad went inside, and I saw one of my regulars from my store loading some 6x6s into his truck. I decided to give him a hand and shoot the crap for a couple of minutes. We had a smoke and talked for a minute, then we left. I heard a person say to me, "What the hell do you think you're doing? You need to help me." I assumed he was speaking to someone else, so I just walked inside. I was 2 steps in when I felt a poke on my back. I turned around to see another person who I don't know staring me down. Cue the bullcrap. Random person. "Excuse me, I was talking to you." Me. "Oh, sorry. Do I know you?" RP. "I'm a customer. You're supposed to be helping me." Me. "What? I don't..." RP. "Don't effing bullcrap me. Get your butt out here and load my concrete. I have a bad back." Me. "Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm gonna go about my day now, but good luck." RP. "I'm getting a manager. You're going to be fired." Me. "Oh, please do. I'll wait here." So this person angrily storms off to find a manager as I wait and talk to the cashiers. They asked if I wanted them to talk to the guy, but I thought this would be better. 5 minutes later, this person returned with a manager. Manager. "Hi, I'm so-and-so. What seems to be the problem?" RP. "Your employee here won't help me load concrete, and I saw him helping another customer." Manager. "He doesn't work here. I'll find someone to help." RP. "F you all. I'm done. I want my money back now." After that, I left and found what I needed, cashed out, and left. So all in all, 5 for 7. Perfect day. The only thing better would be if, after burning his bridges at the competitor store, he showed up at your store and you were standing there to help him. His head might have exploded. And our next story. "No, ma'am. You need to pay for those." I had a summer job at my local Subway 2 years ago. I'm from a small town, so usually you know all the customers by name. This happened during the tourist season, so it was very busy and the restaurant was packed. I had just finished putting drinks in the fridge and was on the till. I was ringing up an order for an entitled parent. Me. "Okay, and what drink would you like in the kids pack?" EM. "He'll have a fruit shoot." Me. "Great. We keep those in the drinks fridge so you can grab one whenever you're ready." EM, gesturing to her 6 or 7-year-old son, "Go grab one, sweetie." Before I can tell this woman that the fruit shoots might be a little too high up for him to reach, this kid runs to the fridge and starts throwing random bottles everywhere, breaking a few in the process, and full-on climbs up the fridge shelf to get a fruit shoot. Me. "Ma'am, your son has broken some bottles, so I'm afraid I need to charge you for them." EM, clearly not looking. "My son doesn't break things. He just went to get his drink. Those bottles must have been broken before we got here. How dare you?" Me. "I'm sorry, but I just saw him do it. We can't sell the drinks anymore, so you'll have to buy them." EM. "You just want money. I don't believe you." It's at this point I show the woman our CCTV cameras and invite her to where we keep the monitor so I can show her the footage. Oh boy, did she get mad. EM. "I don't need to watch anything because I know he didn't do it. I will call your boss and have you fired." This lady's having a meltdown and is screaming at me for accusing innocent children of crimes, all while there's a river of Mountain Dew and Pepsi that needs to be cleaned up. This is what triggers my manager to come over, not the screaming, the Mountain Dew spillage. M. "What's going on?" EM, looking relieved. "Your employee is trying to make me pay for drinks she says my son broke. You need to fire her." Me. "Your son did break them, and I even offered to show you the footage of him doing so." M. "I'm so sorry about this, ma'am. Come with me into the back office so we can sort this." So EM, her child, and the manager all walk off, so I start cleaning up the broken bottles. A few minutes later, they all return with EM red in the face and the child crying. I don't want to speak to her, so keep mopping up the mess. Manager went on the till, and the lady had to pay for the, now cold, kids pack meal and the broken bottles. As she's walking out, EM screams, "We are never going to a Subway again! I will not be writing a positive review!" People like her are the reason I left fast food. And our last story. Costing a company millions. So I worked as a QA, quality assurance, at a factory I'll call Ida Orr. To get started, I'll explain their report process. When something goes wrong in the factory that's directly tied to quality, such as bad coloring or defects, I, as a QA lead, would have to write a report. These reports were very detailed and extremely time-consuming. Now, when something went wrong that wasn't directly tied to quality but affected it, such as a machine breaking or foreign material getting into the machines, the lead in charge of the machines were supposed to write a report. Somehow, all the reports ended up being written by me, even though I had my own time-consuming job to do. I'd been fighting to not do others' reports for months, and my boss told me to remind other leads when a report was needed. One day, I'm doing my reports plus my data analysis duties, and I hear over the radio that a refrigerator unit has gone out and all the product was coming out as boiled mush instead of frozen. So I call refrigeration and tell them, "You need to do a report on this. I'll send out an email counting how many pallets of product we lost." So I send the email and continue on with my day. 2 weeks later, my boss calls me into her office and asks me why I didn't write a report on the incident. I say, "You told me to remind the other leads to do it and not write their reports." She responded, "Well, if you have time to send an email, you have time to write a report." Then she makes me sign a write-up for failure to do my duties, which I did placidly because she'd written up everyone else in my department and had been looking for something to write me up for, so I decided to let her have it and get it out of the way. Well, a couple months later, and the exact same thing happens, and all I do is tell refrigeration over the radio to write a report. I did nothing else, knowing that refrigeration wouldn't write it because there was no report or helpful emails. The product was almost shipped out 2 months later, but it was caught by one of my QAs who mentioned the incident to my boss. Boss calls me to her office and tells me this incident is going to cost the company millions in storage fees for the time it was already stored, disposal fees, lost product, and a fine from Walmart for not meeting contract. "Why didn't you email me about this?" Me. "I didn't have the time, but I did tell refrigeration to write a report." She couldn't write me up for it because I had emails from her telling me how to handle these situations. Incompetent management couldn't or wouldn't make the right people do their jobs and just relied on you doing an unfair share of the work. They're idiots for not recognizing the risks of such a policy. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.